But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why, 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
This is who we are.
Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills.
We're scientists.
Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.
We're technology experts.
We shall send to the moon 240,000 miles away from the control station in Houston, a giant rocket more than 300 feet tall.
Engineers.
Carrying all the equipment needed for propulsion, guidance, control, communications, food, and survival on an untried mission to an unknown celestial body, and then return it safely to Earth.
We're mathematicians.
And do all this, and do all this, and do it right, and do it first before this decade is out. Then we must be bold.
We live in a country where no dream is too big. This is who we are. In Savannah, big dreams begin early. Starbase Savannah provides a fast-paced, hands-on, minds-on science, technology, engineering, and math curriculum to fifth grade students in the Chatham school system.
Light bulbs go off all the time. If you ever read some of their final reflections, you'll see just what they say and how they say that Starbase is the best place for them.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Starbase 500. We are going to demonstrate Newton's laws today of motion.
One.
Why the focus on fifth grade?
It's fifth grade because they're mature enough to understand the topics that they're exposed to. Some of the scientific equations that they have to know about, velocity, force, and so forth. They have to understand that.
I think when they actually see hands-on the rockets flying up, they see the action of the engine and the force and the exhaust causing the reaction of the rocket going up in the air.
But there's another reason, too. Starting early is important to achieving long-term dreams. And it's an important component in an effort to reduce the performance gap between American students and students of other countries.
They start early. That's the critical part, is that they don't wait. And again, I give the Starbase a real plus, because it helps that.
We motivate fifth graders to take math and science in middle school, then they'll take math and science in high school. And if they bail out in fifth grade and middle school, they'll never take those advanced classes in high school. And for us, that's just a very important thing from the nation's perspective, and it's good for our community, it's good for the students.
It's so important for students to understand the importance of these topics, to be a world competitor, because they're going to be the future of this country. And without the scientists and the mathematicians, we can be defeated easily.
The Department of Defense is an important Starbase partner, providing funding and personnel and hosting classes at Hunter Army Airfield.
The Department of Defense is interested in this because years back, when the program just started, United States students, especially at this age, were not interested in science, technology, engineering, and math. So they decided, you know what, now is the time to get our children interested in STEM, because kids in other countries are already there, and we want our children to be just as equipped.
Gulfstream and the Chatham County School District are the second and third legs of a three-way partnership that's highly accountable for measurable outcomes.
Starbase is one of the STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math programs that Gulfstream likes to sponsor. And we have a whole spectrum of support we provided the community, with this being targeted at the youngest area of students with 5th graders. Dr. Lockamy has really taken a keen interest in this, and so he, at the school superintendent level, is actually tracking the participation of Starbase students as they progress through middle school, as they progress through high school. He wants to be able to show that the success of Starbase is in the data.
Changed lives result from the Starbase mission to reach the right students at the right time, with a curriculum of learning by doing and an open pathway to personal success.
They become different kids because they're no longer little kids thinking about being NBA players or NFL players. They now can become scientists, engineers, doctors, surgeons, lawyers, police officers. So it changes their mindset. Today's kindergarten child is going to have a whole different world than the one that I experienced or that others have. And so this kind of gets them prepared for the future, for jobs that don't even exist today.